Citizen science. What exactly does it mean? It's a term that's gaining traction, but brings images of labs and complex equations. Everyday people, observers, people from all walks of life with diverse backgrounds and experiences, coming together for a common purpose, using their local knowledge, the insights they've gained from living and interacting with their environment every single day, to help answer big scientific questions that affect us all, from climate change to biodiversity loss and everything in between. These are complex challenges that require a collective effort. These people are often aware of their surroundings. They know which fields flood, where rare birds nest, or how your river has changed over the years. Perhaps they notice declines in fish populations or increases in pollution. That's valuable information. That goes unnoticed. It's the kind of on-the-ground knowledge that scientists can't access on their own. Citizen science connects this lived experience with formal research, bridging the gap between communities and research. It's not scientists dictating from above, not a one-way street where knowledge flows only from experts to the public. It's a partnership where everyone's contribution is valued and respected. Scientists say, "You're the expert on your patch, tell us what you see." They recognize the importance of local perspectives and the power of collective observation. Anyone can join in, regardless of their background, education, or prior experience. Logging bird sightings, contributing to valuable databases that track bird populations and migration patterns, snapping photos of beach litter, helping to monitor coastal pollution and identify sources of waste, or tracking air quality, providing crucial data for understanding and addressing air pollution in your community. Everyone's observations help complete the puzzle, creating a more comprehensive picture of our environment. Let us explore why its core principles are simple yet powerful, becoming such a vital part of how we understand and protect our world. Watching for environmental changes, not just suspicious activity, but subtle shifts in our ecosystems that might otherwise go unnoticed. Scientists provide the tools and methods, the frameworks for collecting and analyzing data. But the real data comes from passionate locals, from people who are deeply connected to their communities and their environment. Not everyone needs a PhD to make a difference. Observations, insights, and participation are all valuable contributions. Citizen science brings research out of the lab and into the real world, making it more accessible and relevant to the communities it serves. It values your experience, your unique perspective, and your intimate knowledge of your local environment, and invites you to help protect our planet, to become an active participant in the effort to create a more sustainable future. Traditional knowledge is a vital resource, a treasure trove of information that can help us better understand and address the environmental challenges we face. This approach flips conventional science on its head, challenging the conventional top-down model and embracing a more inclusive and participatory approach. Everyone's invited to help find answers. Everyone has a role to play in this exciting and important movement. It's a game changer for how we understand our world, empowering communities to actively contribute to a more sustainable future for all. Scientific research isn't just hard numbers on a page or a screen. It can be so much more than that. It can represent real-world observations, measurements, and analyses, but it often lacks the crucial human element: stories. The narratives woven from lived experiences and personal connections to the environment. These stories provide context and meaning to the data, transforming abstract figures into tangible realities. A local fisherman, however, can describe the missing fish, the species that used to thrive but are now gone, painting a picture of loss that numbers simply can't convey. They can tell you about the odd smell, the acrid or chemical scent that now hangs in the air, a constant reminder of the river's degradation. And they can recount the subtle but significant changes in the water, the color, the texture, the way it no longer supports life as it once did. That's the human side of data, the qualitative information that enriches and deepens our understanding of the world around us. Citizen science builds trust between researchers and communities, fostering a collaborative environment where knowledge is shared and valued equally. Scientists don't just collect data and leave, extracting information without giving back to the communities they study. Instead, they listen and learn, recognizing the invaluable expertise that resides within local populations. This partnership adds depth and context to the data, transforming it from a collection of isolated points into a rich tapestry of interconnected observations and insights. Locals help scientists ask better questions, guiding them towards the most relevant and impactful areas of inquiry. Their insights are grounded in real experience, born from years of observing and interacting with their environment. For example, gardeners might reveal why butterflies are vanishing, noticing subtle changes in plant life or insect behavior that scientists might overlook. Maybe it's a new pesticide being used in the area, or the disappearance of specific wildflowers that the butterflies rely on for nectar. Local knowledge explains the why behind the what, providing the crucial context needed to understand the underlying causes of environmental changes. Citizen science isn't about outsourcing grunt work to unpaid volunteers. It's not simply about getting more hands on deck for data collection. It's about valuing everyone's perspective, recognizing that diverse backgrounds and experiences bring unique insights to the table. The dog walker on the coast who frequents the beach every day, or the farmer in the field who intimately understands the rhythms of the land, they're all experts in their own way, possessing a wealth of knowledge that can significantly contribute to scientific understanding. People become partners, not just subjects of study, actively participating in the research process and shaping the direction of scientific inquiry. This inclusive approach creates a richer, more nuanced and ultimately more accurate story of our planet, reflecting the diverse perspectives and experiences of those who call it home. It's about seeing the world through the eyes of those who know it best, those who have a deep and abiding connection to the land and its resources. That's what makes citizen science so powerful. Its ability to harness the collective wisdom of communities to address some of the most pressing environmental challenges of our time. Citizen science stands out as a powerful approach to research and conservation. It's a methodology that recognizes the inherent value in every individual's perspective and experience, because at its core, it values what people already know. It acknowledges that knowledge isn't confined to academic institutions or scientific publications. It's not just about collecting data, amassing numbers, or filling spreadsheets. It's about empowerment. It's about giving communities the tools and the platform to shape their own destinies and contribute meaningfully to the understanding of the world around them. Local and traditional knowledge isn't just folklore. It's not simply a collection of old wives' tales or quaint stories. It's a sophisticated system built over generations, refined through observation, and tested by time. It's a living library of ecological understanding. It's the heart and soul that breathes life into otherwise sterile statistics. Citizen science finally gives this wisdom, this invaluable resource, the respect it deserves. It recognizes that local expertise is not just supplementary, but fundamental to effective research and conservation efforts. Communities aren't empty vessels, waiting to be filled with outside knowledge. They're experts. They possess a wealth of knowledge about their local environments, knowledge that is often overlooked or dismissed. For too long, outside researchers ignored local knowledge, dismissing it as anecdotal or unscientific. Now, citizen science flips that script, empowering communities to take the lead in research and conservation. Locals are the guardians of their environment, the stewards of the land and water, holding its long-term memory, understanding its nuances and witnessing its changes over time. This approach asks for guidance, seeking the wisdom of those who know the land best, not just help. It fosters true collaboration, where researchers and community members work together as equal partners. Indigenous groups, with their deep connection to the land and their traditional ecological knowledge, fishing villages, whose livelihoods depend on the health of the oceans and waterways, and farmers, who intimately understand the cycles of nature and the rhythms of the land, all have deep, intuitive knowledge, born from generations of experience and observation. Citizen science bridges this wisdom, connecting traditional knowledge with the rigor of scientific inquiry. With formal research, creating a more holistic and comprehensive understanding of the world. A graph, for instance, might show a river's pollution rising, indicating a problem in a clear visual way. But the graph alone doesn't tell the whole story. It's about justice, about equity, giving a voice to those often ignored, ensuring that all perspectives are valued and considered. Valuing someone's knowledge, recognizing their expertise, empowers them to shape their future, to take control of their destinies, and to create a more sustainable world. People become active participants, engaged citizens, and leaders in conservation, driving positive change in their communities and beyond. Everyone, regardless of background, education, or social status, has something vital to contribute. A unique perspective that can enrich our understanding of the world and help us build a more just and sustainable future for all. Traditional surveys, clipboards and checkboxes miss the real story. They're quick and tidy, but real life is messy and complex. Surveys often treat people as data sources, not partners. There's little conversation, and local insights get lost. Citizen science is different. It's about dialogue, not just data. A collaborative effort. Instead of yes or no, it's what have you seen? And then really listening. Rich narrative details emerge, revealing true environmental change. Old methods assume outsiders know the right questions. Citizen science knows locals do. It's a shift from extracting data to co-creating knowledge. This collaboration uncovers deeper truths. That's what makes citizen science transformative. Before satellites and sensors, people were scientists out of necessity. Generations observed, learned, and passed down knowledge through stories and traditions. This traditional ecological knowledge is the original environmental science. Communities predicted weather, tracked animal migrations, and monitored water quality, all by observation. Their knowledge is sophisticated, built on long-term patterns and deep respect for nature. Indigenous hunters, coastal fishers, and farmers all held detailed, practical wisdom. This isn't guesswork. It's science rooted in experience. Traditional knowledge provides a priceless baseline, stretching back centuries. It's time we listen to these original scientists. Pairing ancient wisdom with modern technology creates something special. Citizen science isn't about replacing tradition, it's about partnership. Local observations gain new reach with digital tools. For example, Arctic communities track sea ice changes, then use GPS and satellites to validate and share their findings. Technology empowers communities to monitor and protect their environment. Apps and testing kits turn thousands into data collectors, building massive data sets. Modern tools serve local knowledge, not the other way around. This fusion gives us a fuller, more accurate picture of our world. It builds respect between cultures and ways of knowing. We don't have to choose between old and new. Together, they're stronger. This partnership is our best hope for a sustainable future. Modern science often overlooks local wisdom, relying too much on labs and technology. This creates blind spots. Satellites can't see what fishers or farmers know from experience. One-size-fits-all solutions rarely work. Local context is everything. Ignoring traditional knowledge means missing half the puzzle. Top-down approaches can fail or even cause harm. Real solutions come from listening to those who know their environment best. We need a more humble, inclusive approach to science. Citizen science marks a hopeful turning point. It's a move toward collaboration and shared responsibility for our planet. By blending modern science with traditional wisdom, we find better, fairer solutions. Everyone can get involved, counting bees, testing water, or sharing stories. This deepens our connection to nature and each other. Citizen science values every voice, from children to elders, including everyone unlocks creativity and local expertise. It's a practical way to fight despair and take action. Working together, we can build a more resilient, greener future. That's a future worth fighting for.